Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. Julian loved life. He loved his family. He loved his friends, he loved his work, and he loved his fans. These moving words from his wife, Kelly Paniagua, echo what so many knew to be true. Julian McMahon lived with passion, warmth, and purpose. Julian McMahon passed away on July 2, 2025, at the age of 56, following a short illness. His family was by his side in his final days. The loss has left a profound silence in the world he helped brighten. Born in Sydney, Julian was the son of Australia's former Prime Minister, but he forged his own path into the spotlight. He began in modeling before jumping into Australian television. Soon after, he made his mark in American TV, quickly captivating audiences with his striking presence and emotional depth. His role as the mysterious Cole Turner in Charmed made him a fan favorite, but it was his powerful portrayal of Dr. Christian Troy in Nip Tuck that defined a generation of television drama. The role earned him critical acclaim and showcased his unique ability to balance charm with complexity. He later brought Marvel's iconic villain Victor Von Doom to life in the Fantastic Four movies and led CBS's FBI, Most Wanted as the grounded but tough agent Jess LaCroix. Across genres and roles, Julian remained a face audiences trusted, always delivering performance with heart. Off-screen, his warmth touched those around him. Co-star Alyssa Milano remembered him as a friend you could count on, an artist you could admire, and a presence you'd never forget. Julian also gave a nod to his roots, portraying an Australian Prime Minister in the Netflix series The Residents, an elegant reflection of both his career and family legacy. Away from set, Julian cherished his private life. He is survived by his beloved wife Kelly and his daughter Madison, whom he adored. He valued time with family, quiet moments, and the joy of making others smile. As both actor and human being, Julian left behind more than memories. He left behind kindness, excellence, and the joy he brought to every scene, every set, and every life he touched. Tributes to Julian McMahon. Number 5. Rest in power, Rufus Young Noble Cooper. Mental illness is a real battle being fought by so many. Check on your folks. These words, written by fellow Outlaws member Idi Amin, speak to the heart of Young Noble's passing, and to the compassion he brought into the world. Young Noble, born Rufus Lee Cooper III, passed away at the age of 47. The influential rapper died on July 4, 2025, in Atlanta, following a quiet and difficult struggle with mental health. His loss has been deeply felt by the hip-hop community, where his presence stood as a symbol of loyalty, resilience, and truth. His defining moment came in early 1996, when, as a determined teen with a deep love for music, he was personally invited by Tupac Shakur to join the Outlaws, cementing his place in hip-hop history. He would become the last member added to the group before Tupac passed later that year. Young Noble's voice can be heard on genre-shaping records like Hail Mary, Bomb First, and Life of an Outlaw. His style blended honesty with strength and called on listeners to resist despair and seek justice. As part of the Don Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory and Still I Rise, he helped create work that transcended music and became a message. His solo work further showcased this depth. Though never chasing spotlight, what he gave through his words was a path forward for young voices who felt unseen. Over nearly 3 decades, he remained a committed guardian of Tupac's legacy, working tirelessly with the Outlaws and mentoring emerging artists. Those close to him described Noble as humble, focused, and real. He didn't just rap about hardship, he uplifted through it. While his lyrics often spoke of struggle, they also reminded fans of the power of brotherhood and staying true to yourself. Tributes have poured in from across the music world, celebrating the man who never turned his back on his roots. Young Noble lived the mission, one note read. He told the truth in rhyme, and his heart was forever loyal. Though he's gone too soon, young Noble's impact endures. In each verse he left behind, there's a piece of strength for those still fighting their way forward. Tributes to young Noble. Number 4. You always knew when Gerald was on stage. The room lifted, a fellow actor once said. That presence, calm, commanding, and unmistakably magnetic, defined Gerald Harper for generations of audiences. Gerald Harper has passed away at the age of 94, leaving behind a remarkable career that touched television, theater, and radio. He died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones, following a short illness. Though originally drawn to medicine, Harper found his true path at RADA after national service. From there, his journey as a performer began, one that spanned more than 60 years and left its mark on British culture. He became a household name as the bold and dashing Adam Adamant on the BBC, and soon after as James Hadley, the kind-hearted solicitor navigating rural life with grace. These roles made him a familiar and beloved presence in the homes of millions. Behind the TV spotlight was a gifted classical actor. From Iago in Othello at the Bristol Old Vic to Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing at the Chichester Festival, he brought depth and warmth to every role. His time with the Old Vic Company also took him across the Atlantic, performing on Broadway and capturing hearts internationally. Offstage, Harper directed plays and helped nurture new talent. His influence extended beyond words, mentoring actors, supporting charities, and lending his voice to radio, including stints on Capital Radio and BBC Radio 2. In 1969, TV Times readers named him Actor of the Year, a recognition of both his talent and his connection to the public. Gerald's voice, rich with an unmistakable upper-class accent, brought a sense of calm and confidence to every performance. But it was his kindness and humor that colleagues always remembered. Actor and friend Julian Fellows shared, Gerald had the grace of a true gentleman and the soul of a performer. To work with him was a joy. He is survived by his children from his marriages to Jane Downs and Carla Rabaiotti, and by a vast community of admirers who cherished his work. The curtain may have fallen, but Gerald Harper's spirit will continue to shine through every performance he gave and every life he touched. Tributes to Gerald Harper. Number 3. He brought elegance to every sentence and empathy to every character, wrote a former cast member of Take Me Out, reflecting on the life and artistry of Richard Greenberg. The celebrated playwright and television writer passed away in July 2025 at the age of 67, following an illness. For more than 40 years, Richard shaped the American stage with sharp wit, emotional depth, and fearless insight. Born on Long Island, he grew up with a deep love of language that led him to Princeton, where he studied under Joyce Carol Oates, and later to Yale School of Drama, where his unique voice bloomed. Greenberg's plays asked big questions without losing their tenderness. He had a rare gift for mixing humor and heartbreak. His 2003 Tony Award-winning play, Take Me Out, tackled identity, masculinity, and homophobia through the unlikely world of baseball. Audiences were moved. Conversations changed. He wrote nearly 30 plays for Broadway and regional theaters, including the Pulitzer Prize-nominated 3 Days of Rain, The Assembled Parties, The Dazzle, and Everett Beacon. His talents weren't limited to original stories. His adaptation of Strindberg's Dance of Death, starring Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren, brought new power to a classic. At South Coast Repertory, where 8 of his plays premiered, his partnership helped shape the company's national reputation. As recently as 2021, his solo drama A Shot Rang Out proved his creative spark had never dimmed. The awards were numerous: Tony, Penn Laura Pels, George Oppenheimer, and others. But those who knew Richard speak first of his kindness. He mentored young writers with thoughtfulness and gave actors words that stayed with them for a lifetime. Fellow playwrights and friends have described him as warm, exacting, and deeply funny. Manhattan Theater Club posted, "Richard changed theater and changed lives." South Coast Repertory mourned the passing of not only a collaborator, but a dear friend. He is survived by those closest to him, whose privacy is being respected. While funeral details remain private, his work continues to speak to audiences, actors, and fellow writers. Richard Greenberg gave us characters who felt like old friends, and stories that held a mirror to our hearts. He will be remembered not just for how he wrote, but how he listened. Tributes to Richard Greenberg. Number 2, you learn the most by watching, Sandra Neils once said. Then by doing. Then by asking better questions. That single sentence captured the spirit of a woman who spent her life learning, teaching, and lifting others through dance. Sandra Neils passed away on June 16th at the age of 83, following a brief illness. Her absence leaves a quiet ache in the modern dance world, where she was both a pioneer and a guide. She joined the Merce Cunningham Dance Company in the 1960s, when the world of movement was changing fast. Sandra helped shape it. She performed in groundbreaking works like Variations 5 and Rainforest, traveling the globe and bringing bold new ideas in dance to international stages. As a performer, her precision was matched only by her grace. After her decade with Cunningham's company, Sandra shifted her focus to choreography and education. Over her long career, she crafted more than 200 works and taught across North America. From the University of South Florida to the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, her classes became hubs of energy, curiosity, and growth. Her longest chapter unfolded at Winthrop University, where she taught from 1990 until her retirement in spring 2025. Students remembered her as firm but kind, a mentor who challenged them to become both better dancers and better people. Sandra's influence didn't end at the studio door. She wrote about dance with clarity and care, helping others find language for what bodies already knew. She also gave time to preserve choreography from her Cunningham years, ensuring future dancers could experience the works as she once had. She taught because she cared, a former student wrote, and in caring, she changed us. Sandra Neils chose her privacy, but made room for connection in every rehearsal, every class, and every performance. She leaves behind an extended family of students, colleagues, and fellow artists. Her impact will echo across generations. The dance world has lost a quiet legend, but her wisdom, integrity, and devotion will remain in every ripple of movement she inspired. tributes to Sandra Neils. What's trending on the internet? News 1. What an emotional day for the football world and fans everywhere. Liverpool star Diogo Jota, just 28 years old, has tragically passed away in a car accident in Spain, alongside his brother Andre Silva. Known for his sharp instincts on the pitch and his ever-present smile, Jota was much more than a remarkable athlete. He was a shining example of kindness, professionalism, and devotion to his family and team. Jota joined Liverpool in 2020 and quickly endeared himself to supporters by scoring 65 goals in 182 appearances, helping the Reds to memorable triumphs in the Premier League, FA Cup, and other major titles. Off the field, those who knew him speak of a humble and dedicated person, a teammate who always put others first and inspired younger players with his work ethic and warmth. This week, the town of Gondomar, Portugal, where Jota's funeral will be held, is paying tribute to one of its own, a young man who brought so much pride and joy to his hometown and football fans around the world. As we remember Diogo Jota, let's celebrate the dazzling moments he gave us, both on and off the field. His legacy of sportsmanship, talent, and genuine human spirit will live on in our memories and in the hearts of everyone who loves the beautiful game. News 2. It's not every day you see a beloved star share such a personal and uplifting journey with the world. But that's exactly what Julianne Hough has done at age 36. Best known for her vibrant energy on Dancing with the Stars, Julianne recently opened up about her third round of egg freezing, offering hope and encouragement to countless women. In a heartfelt interview, she described the process as both vulnerable and empowering, highlighting her determination to plan for the family she dreams of, despite the challenges of endometriosis. Julianne's openness is helping lift the silence around fertility, showing others they're not alone, and that it's okay to take charge of your future. Through her courage and candor, Julianne reminds us that every chapter in life is worth celebrating, and her story will surely inspire generations to come. News 3. Recognize that familiar face from daytime TV? Kin Shriner, beloved by fans as Scotty Baldwin on General Hospital, recently opened up about a challenging chapter in his life. At 70 years old, Kin shared that a foot surgery last summer didn't go as planned, leaving him unable to walk for 6 months. Instead of giving in, Kin found hope and help thanks to longtime friend and former co-star John Stamos, who pointed him to a new specialist at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. With care, determination, and a lot of time at the gym in Fort Lauderdale, Kin worked through his recovery, focusing on regaining his mobility and strength. He says the pain is behind him now, and even his surgeon is proud of the progress, so much so that he takes selfies with Kin's x-rays. Fans everywhere are cheering for Kin as he gets back on his feet. His resilience and upbeat attitude remind us all that with a little help from our friends, we can bounce back from even the toughest setbacks. News 4. As families across Texas come together this weekend, our hearts go out to those affected by the devastating floods in the Hill Country. In the small community of Hunt, 8-year-old Janie Hunt and several other victims, including an entire family of 4, have now been identified following the tragic events that swept through the area and Camp Mystic. The camp, a beloved summer tradition for hundreds of young girls, was struck by unusually heavy rains, leading to flash flooding that took everyone by surprise. More than 24 lives have been lost, with communities rallying at reunification centers in Careville and Ingram, hoping to reconnect with loved ones and offer support. Local and federal officials are working tirelessly to locate those still missing and to provide aid, while neighbors and volunteers step forward to comfort one another. Amidst this heartbreak, we are reminded of the strength and resilience that defines Texas. Vigils and prayers are lighting up the region as families honor those lost, and the collective spirit of hope shines through. While the pain of loss is felt deeply, the legacy of each life, especially the young hearts and devoted families, will be cherished in the memories and stories shared by their loved ones and the wider community. News 5. If you've ever wondered what life looks like for a Hollywood icon away from the cameras, Julia Roberts is a shining example of heartfelt, family-first living. At 57, Julia is not only an Oscar-winning actress but also a devoted mom to 3 teenagers, twins Phineas and Hazel, now 20, and their younger brother Henry, who just turned 18, all with her husband, cinematographer Danny Motter. Despite her fame, Julia has always cherished keeping her family life private, raising her kids between homes across the country and making sure their childhood stayed as normal as possible. She admits her children grew up barely noticing her Hollywood stardom, with family routines taking center stage over red carpet appearances. Recently, the Roberts Motor family celebrated some big milestones. Julia shared a loving birthday message for Henry as he officially became an adult, calling him her beacon of a boy. Meanwhile, Hazel and Phineas have already spread their wings for college, leaving Julia and Danny to savor their last few months with Henry at home. Through rare family snapshots and sweet public tributes, Julia reminds us all about the joy found in everyday moments, croquet games in the backyard, birthday smiles, and cherishing the closeness of family. For Julia Roberts, the true spotlight has always belonged at home, surrounded by her loved ones. Here's to remembering that even in a world of spotlights, it's the warmth of family that truly shines brightest. News 6. Let's take a moment to remember Juliana Marins, a vibrant 26-year-old Brazilian traveler whose adventurous spirit led her to Indonesia's stunning Mount Rinjani. Juliana was hiking with friends near the crater rim of this breathtaking volcano when, in a tragic turn, she slipped and fell into a deep ravine. Rescue crews from across the region raced against extreme terrain and unpredictable weather to reach Juliana. Their efforts, supported by her family and fellow hikers, displayed remarkable determination and compassion. Despite the challenges, Juliana's story brought together volunteers, local authorities, and even global onlookers, all hoping for a miracle. Juliana's family has shared that she will be remembered for her wanderlust, her kindness, and her courage. As we reflect on her life, let's honor her adventurous heart and the extraordinary rescue teams who never gave up. Her memory now inspires both love for exploration and respect for the wild beauty of our world. News 7. Here's some uplifting news for music lovers everywhere. Legendary singer-songwriter Paul Simon, age 83, is on the mend after successfully undergoing back surgery to relieve severe pain that caused him to cancel a couple of recent shows. Fans were understandably worried when news broke, but Paul's team shared a positive update, assuring everyone that thanks to a fantastic medical team, the procedure went just as planned, and he's now resting up. While Paul did need to postpone his upcoming concert in Long Beach, California by just one day, he's eager to get back on stage and continue his heartfelt A Quiet Celebration tour, featuring music from his latest album along with beloved hits from his unmatched career. Simon has been a guiding light in American music for over 6 decades, winning 16 Grammy Awards and moving generations with timeless classics. It's clear that Paul Simon's resilience and passion for music inspire not only his audience but fellow artists and families everywhere. Here's to a smooth recovery and to celebrating the incredible legacy he continues to build, one beautiful song and uplifting performance at a time. Number 1. It is our moral obligation, Anna Ornstein once said, to remember and to educate. Her life made those words a reality. Anna Ornstein, Holocaust survivor, psychoanalyst, educator, and trailblazer in trauma recovery, has passed away at the age of 98. She died peacefully, surrounded by family. Born in Hungary, Anna was a teenager when she survived Auschwitz. She lost her father and many family members to the horrors of the Holocaust. Yet from deep trauma, she built a life dedicated to healing. After the war, she reunited with her beloved husband Paul Ornstein. Together, they studied medicine in Germany before immigrating to the United States. Anna devoted her life to understanding the human mind and helping others recover from pain. She became a leading figure in child psychiatry and psychoanalysis, teaching at the University of Cincinnati and later at Harvard. Alongside her husband, she helped shape the self-psychology movement, putting empathy at the heart of therapy. She wrote extensively, over 100 scholarly works, as well as a powerful memoir, My Mother's Eyes, which told her story of survival and resilience. In the classroom and the therapy room, Anna guided others with strength and kindness. She mentored generations of students, many of whom remember her wisdom and grace, but her voice reached beyond medical circles. Anna was a passionate Holocaust educator, speaking in schools and communities across the world. She believed every story mattered, and that the lessons of the past must never be forgotten. Her work helped ensure they wouldn't be. The Theresian Music Foundation paid tribute to her impact. As a Holocaust survivor, Dr. Ornstein's voice on remembrance and recovery has shaped our understanding of history and trauma for generations. Survived by her children and grandchildren, Anna leaves behind a legacy rooted in empathy, courage, and memory. Even in her final years, Anna continued to teach, to write, and to offer hope. Her life lit a path forward, not only for those suffering from trauma but for anyone seeking meaning after loss. Her passing is a deep loss to those who knew her, learned from her, and were changed by her. Tributes to Anna Ornstein. Music speaks where words fail. This quote never rang truer than in the life and legacy of Mark Snow. He passed away peacefully at the age of 78 in his Connecticut home.